Alright guys, I got a few videos that I wanted to put up just because I thought they were fun, especially like the endings and stuff. These were obviously a few weeks ago because it was chapter 2, so I'm kind of watching it back for the first time in a while anyways. But so I'm kind of remembering as I go. I've been liking landing at that island over there. I knew I was going to be short, but I also knew there were some treasure chests here, so I was going for those. I missed chapter 2. Chapter 1 and chapter 2 were in terms of my playstyle, were so great for me. I like the simplicity of chapters 1, the weapons in chapter 1 and chapter 2. As things get more complicated, I can't keep up. But, it's still fun. Still like playing, especially with Mama Bear and stuff. But anyways, I also know that a few bots like to land at this island. Not that I am going for that reason. I just like looting up without much competition. I'm not a hot drop guy. My ideal loadout is a normal AR. I don't want this heavy AR here. A bolt action sniper, some shield, and a tactical shotgun. I can't hit my shots well enough to go with the pumps or the heavies, or especially this season. I feel like I used to be good with the heavy, but not this time. I was just trying to get some high ground. Didn't really work. I've done it before here, but you see this guy, he's a bot. Just got to hit your shot. My sniper shot was on. Oh, yeah, you just gotta hit that AR shot. This island and then the lighthouse were my most common landing points. I always like coming around these corners and turning around. If it's a real person, a lot of times they think you're just going to run. They don't expect it. But this was not a real person. Yeah, look at that. Look at that guy. So as soon as you see that, you're confident. You're like, hey, I'd have to miss 3 clips for them to... I do like the Tommy gun, but close range, I'm a shotgun guy. I can't... The SMGs just... And the Tommy gun's kind of an SMG. Just don't do it for me. They just don't do it. Let's see, where's the storm? I don't even remember how this one goes, but... Yeah, especially early on, in a place where people don't land, I wait till I find minis. Hey, look at that! Look what some minis. I played Chapter 1 once with Mama Bear here, the OG season, now that it's Chapter 6. And they do not have duos, and that's no fun. But I'll play some solos here and there. I still wasn't sure if this was a real person, the way they came up. But it was probably a bot, knowing where we are. I remember not being sure, at least. See, they seem to be sneaking. Yeah, they sprinted. I feel like that was a real person. A bad person, but a real person. I did remember... I learned late in Chapter 2 that there was a... I love getting all this ammo right here. There was a rift in the back of the island, so that's probably what I'm going for. I don't really care if I take a little bit of storm damage, but you don't want a ton. I'm the person who needs every advantage I can get, and one of those advantages is usually having more health than the other person. You got to do the dreaded third party at the end of the game if I get the win, normally at least. Looking for all those treasure chests. Probably just looking for a better sniper at this point. I don't remember what my mindset was, but that was most likely it. Yeah, here I go for the rift. It is so helpful to know the location of the rifts. There's a game coming up in the next couple days where I go from rift to rift while a guy is chasing me. Excuse me. And end up killing him just because I think he gets frustrated and careless. But you guys will see that in a day or two. It's also great to know where car locations are, because if you are running from somebody and you don't feel confident in facing them, if you can land on a car, then that's when you're going to start pulling away, because they can take the same rifts as you. But if you can land early and you can... I don't even remember if I take the shot, but do I hit it? I do hit it, but too much health. Player down. Did I kill him? I think I got credit for that kill. Absolutely I did. Wow, I can watch Fortnite. I know what's going on, guys. I was hoping to get the guy that he was fighting. I do remember that. Usually, that was a bot fight for sure, and usually they stick around the same area. They don't go running off, so I was hoping to find him. I don't remember if I do. But I'm excited to play some solo. Chapter 1 now that it's out. When the original OG season came out, like normally seasons, I have solo probably about a 7 to 10% win rate. But I'm trying to get shield. Did I lose shield? I did lose shield. My voiceover recording thing is in the way, so I can't really see what my shield is, but I can just barely see that I'm missing some. But yeah, when OG came the first time around, my win rate, through like 15 games, it was over. I think I won 8 of my first 15. And then by the end of the season, I think it dropped to like 25 or 30%. But just the guns and the way the map is, it caters to my play style. A lot of people I know aren't a fan, and Fortnite's evolved in a great way through chapters 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm not a fan of the wall jumps, but I did like the addition in chapter 2 of swimming, and was it chapter 3 where they started adding sprinting? I can't even remember. It might have been chapter 2, but either way, I liked the mantling, I liked the sprinting, I liked the swimming. But there is a nostalgia factor to chapter 1 for me where you can't leave the island. Now, I haven't tested it. I don't know if they allow you to swim. But there's nowhere to get back on the island, especially if you're no builds. And even builds, I'm fairly certain that the water is below the build limit. Like you get so low you can't build anymore. So if they do allow you to swim, you're probably SOL. There's that famous video of, I think it was Musil. You guys know who I'm talking about. The Australian dude, I think. Saving the guy, or trying to save and failing to save the guy who was below the build limit. So either way, I think you're kind of screwed. But I do wonder if they let you swim now. I'll have to test that. But yeah, I like the simplicity of the guns in chapters 1 and 2. And once you got to 3, they started getting funky. And I personally, I kind of had a debate on Facebook with somebody. And he said that chapter 1 is extremely unbalanced. And I couldn't disagree more. Chapters 1 and 2, I think, were more balanced than the current chapters. I understand what his argument is. What he's saying is if somebody lands on a pump versus an SMG or something, the pump at that point in time can one-shot that person. And so he feels like the guns that you land on are unbalanced. But anybody can land on any gun. And if you're smart about looking around, you can figure out what you're landing on and get your advantage. I don't drop hot anyways, so it's really not that big a deal for me. But the reason I think it's less balanced now is because there are always guns in the game that only one person can get. Some mythical that an AI is carrying or that you can buy, or or find or something. You know, there's always that thing that only one person can have. I mean, heck, sometimes it's the only gun of its type. I'm pretty sure the M&M minigun was a solo gun, and there isn't another minigame on the minigun on the entire map. So that right there to me is unbalanced. And even in the chapter 2 this time around, they added some of that a little bit. I mean, the M&M thing was that. Another bot. The M&M thing was that. And then what was it? Was it Meowscles that had the shockwave grenade launcher? So stuff like that, to me, makes it unbalanced. I don't remember how much they had that in the actual Chapter 2, but definitely this time around they did, and they tried to make some changes to make the game more similar to what it is now. But I'm definitely more of a fan of seasons 1 or chapters 1 and 2 and the early stuff. I do love the new OG, because they didn't do this the first time around, but the grenade, the symbol looks like the OG grenade symbol, all that kind of stuff it just looks like it did then. It feels like it did then. There's no minis yet. I don't know, I can't remember when they added those, but there's no minis yet. So you can only fill up with big pots. Now, I only played one match, and that's the feel I got from that. I could be wrong, but man, that was a long time ago when minis didn't exist. And I wonder, I didn't look it up, but the slurps used to originally they would heal your health and your shield by like 25 or something like that. And then eventually it became 75, just if, you know, health first and then shield. And slurps changed over time. Then they started doing the splashes. And the game has changed so much. And that's something you gotta love about Fortnite. Even though I have said that I favored chapters 1 and 2, you can't stay the same. So anything you do, you have to change to keep it fresh, to keep it interesting. So I don't mind, even though it's gone I don't want to say away from my playstyle, because there's definitely still I want nothing to do with this car. I'm just gonna keep going. You want certain seasons have been better and worse for me, even through chapter 3, 4, 5, 6, just like anybody. But I love snipers, and I hate that they've taken those out very frequently. I think snipers, and any sniper, should be a one-hit kill to the head. And I know a lot of people disagree with that. This person, obviously, I knew was real because they had the bot. And I was hoping to kind of take this bot out real quick, but just did not. I couldn't hit my shots. And I knew where this rift was here, and I'm like, I gotta kind of get away from this guy. I can't even remember what I do here. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played this one. Okay, so he's not around anymore. I'm braving the outside world from the bush. I feel like I'll end up, knowing my style, I'll end up kind of hanging around here until the storm forces me to move, and then I'll go at the very last second so that I know I have a better chance at knowing where the next ring is. I always try to take long pop shots, but I'm not an aggressive player. I'd rather have a 1 kill win than a 10 kill loss. That's just how I am. That victory royale screen, that's what I want to see. I don't want to see second place. My end goal is to have 1,000 solo victory royales. And I think I'm approaching 600, so I still got a ways to go, but 600 ain't bad. And you got to take advantage of the seasons. I just don't play in play as much as I used to. I used to get probably 30, 40 wins per season. I don't play enough. I probably get 10 now. You guys know me. I'm more into Fall Guys at the moment, but I think this game's going to be around for a while, so you might as well keep plugging away at it. I'll probably get that supply drop. The one thing I always want in this season, and I do find one, I do remember, the rocket launchers. If you can get a rocket launcher, you've got a big advantage in certain situations. Yeah, there it is. Get rid of that Tommy gun because I am no good with it. It's a great gun. Just not for me. Okay, nice. I got 13 rockets. I do not remember. Okay, the storm's going to come in per 45 seconds from now. So like I said, I'm going to go back to that rift. I don't specifically remember, but I know me. I'm going to go back to that rift, and I'm going to wait till the last second, and I'm going to try my best to land after the next ring comes in if I can. And that way my goal is this late. People never look in trees. So that's always my goal. And you can get a lot of cheap victory royales that way. People will fight. The last two people will fight other than you. One of them will die, and then somebody will stop moving. Well, used to be more common for them to stop moving and shield up or heal up. And you could get a free sniper shot a lot of times. Obviously, people move around a little bit more because you can. I like that addition. It just... You don't get as many cheap victory royales that way. I got a ton of cheap victory royales that way. So yeah, here it comes. Stay hidden I probably don't even have to stay hidden, honestly. No one's here. You can see that. I'll probably be able to jump in with 45 seconds left, maybe. Looks like it's going to be closer to 50. And that's way too... Obviously, you can't hang in the air for 50 seconds. So in that case, I'll try to go to I'll look for a tree where it's most likely to not cause fall damage if I jump out of it. So if there's one by a river or by other smaller trees, I'll go for that. In this case, I thought this little circle was my best option. And also, you can move from tree to tree if you're smart about it. So if the ring moves in a certain way, I'll be able to stay in the trees longer. That guy, I was so nervous he was going to see me. He's the one that had the best angle at me if I stood on top. But I definitely kind of zone in on him. But he's focusing on that gunfire that was over there. So I kind of got a little more brazen. Sometimes I wonder, because I do think I hit him eventually. I just didn't give it enough bullet drop. Oh, no, I did. I headshot him, but he must have... If he had full health, that brought him down to 2. Now, I could have gone after him with that AR, but again, the whole point of being here is stealth. So, if I don't want to give away... One shot, they might be able to look in your direction if they weren't looking, but they're not going to be able to pinpoint. If you start shooting with the AR, they're going to find you. And like I said, I'd rather have a 1 kill. I mean, I already have, 6 kills? I'd rather have a 1 kill victory than a 8-10 kill loss, even second place. So I'm taking my single shots. I'm not taking big risks. I also break one of my rules at some point here. neck strings on me. That's good. I shoot a rocket over there, hoping to hit him. And the rocket literally gives you a giant arrow, like this is the direction this shot came from. I kind of get brazen. I did go into replay after this, and I remember that guy, whatchamacalled it, into the branches of the tree underneath, which is a great spot to be. I got my 400th win in a branch of the tree like that. It's very difficult to do with the, at least to me. I don't like carrying that thing. I'm not good with it. What do you call it? Why can't I think of the name of it? You guys know what I'm talking about. The suction cup pull me in a certain direction thing. But I had a feeling he tried to get into that tree. And I kept looking over there trying to poke him with the sniper, but I just couldn't see him. So I was hoping to hit the tree and have the explosion. See, here I go. Have the explosion get him, but I think it goes through. I don't even think it blows up. I was also hoping maybe the explosion would break the tree and do some fall damage, which if it was the guy I did 248 damage to, all it takes is 2 if he doesn't have any heals. Most people, I feel like, carry shields and not med kits, or definitely not bandages, but he also did pull up on a pile of loot, so we could have grabbed a med kit from there. But I also am very conscious about, because you see the footprints on my screen, I'm very conscious about the footprints I'm making. So as soon as I see footprints, I try my best not to move. Obviously you have to a little bit, but now this guy, I'm much more willing to shoot the rocket at, because coming from above, it kind of just, it's harder to pinpoint. I don't even remember how much damage the rocket does, but, I hit him for 98 or whatever. Sometimes I wonder, like, and I didn't go back and keep track, and if maybe I did, and if I did, I don't remember. Like, that 248 damage I did, maybe by the end of the match, that caused that person to be, at best, 150 health. Well, 200 with the overshield. And that 50 health could be the difference in a win. Like, just... most people don't carry a big pots and minis, and most people carry minis. So it's difficult to get your shield back up to 100 this late in the game, typically. Obviously, people carry different things, but most people don't carry big pots. They just take too long to, when the circle's this small, you can get to people too quickly. Most people pick up minis. So yeah, at this point, I actually looked, and I think 3 of us were in a tree. We just couldn't see each other. And yeah, there's obviously 4 people left. So 3 of us being in a tree that we can't see each other, 1 person on the ground. There's not, the circle's pretty small. It's just, we can't see each other. I know I have to move, and I know it's going too far for me, so I do know I'm going to end up on the ground. And I always try to get my rocket launcher out and get a cheap shot on somebody if they're below me. The faster they die, the less health it takes from me. I'm going to run along the trees as long as I can. A little bit of storm damage isn't bad, but you definitely don't want to... hit that tree. This part, somebody comes from behind me, and I just run, and I thought for sure I was done. For sure. And I got lucky that he got attacked by somebody else. I did look at that on the camera. My whole goal right now is to hope people don't pay attention to me and get some minis, move around. And then I get lucky that the last 2 people are there, reload, and just... That's why you gotta have the rocket launchers. You gotta love it. You gotta love the rocket launchers. So yeah, the next one I'll post probably tomorrow, maybe the next day, but is the game after this. So I did get 2 in a row. I did get my crown victory royale, but that one was a little more fun. So stay tuned for that. This one, I just, the ending, I like showing different strategies that I like to employ, and the tree strat is one of my favorites. So 7 kills. Nothing crazy, but I like showing my strats. I will see you guys tomorrow or the next day with the game after this.